characteristics. First one is bond length. Bond length is the distance between the centers of the nuclei of the two bonded atoms. As you can see in this picture, these are two bonded atoms, and the centers of the nuclei, this is the distance between the centers of the nuclei, and this is called the bond length. And the next is the factors affecting bond length. First one is the size of the atoms. The bond length increases with the increase in size of the atom. For example, bond lengths of hydrogen halides are in the order Hi is greater than HBr is greater than HCl is greater than HF. Here iodine is bigger in size as compared to hydrogen, and its bond length is larger than HBr, HCl and HF, because as we move from iodine to fluorine, the size of the atom like halogen atoms like iodine, Br, Cl, F decreases and the bond length decreases. Next is the multiplicity of the bond. When the multiplicity of the bond increases, the bond length decreases, as in the order of unsaturated carbons, like carbon-carbon triple bond has a bond length lesser than carbon-carbon double bond, which is lesser than carbon-carbon single bond, carbon-carbon single bond. Next is the types of hybridization. In this case, as the s orbital is smaller in size, it is spherical in shape. Greater the s character, shorter is the hybrid orbital, and hence shorter is the bond length. For example, in case of CH4, CH2 double bond CH2 and CH triple bond CH, sp3, in which s character is 25%, in sp2 it is 33%, and in sp it is 50%. As s character increases, the bond length shortens, as in case of sp hybridization. As s character decreases, bond length increases, because s is spherical in shape and it acquires lesser volume and lesser area. That's why when s character decreases, the bond length increases. Next is the bond enthalpy. Bond enthalpy is the amount of energy required to break one mole of bond of a particular type so as to separate them into gaseous atoms. It is expressed in kilojoules per mole. Next is the factors affecting bond enthalpy. First one is size of the atom. Greater the size of the atom, greater is the bond length, and less is the bond dissociation enthalpy. That is, less is bond strength. When the bond is weak, less amount of energy is required to break that bond. If the bond is strong, more amount of energy is required to break that bond. If the size of the atom increases, the bond length increases and the bond strength decreases, means bond weakens and less amount of energy is required to break the bond. And next is the multiplicity of the bond. For the bond between the same two atoms, greater is the multiplicity of the bond, greater is the bond dissociation enthalpy. This is firstly because atoms come closer, and secondly the number of bonds to be broken is more. For example, bond dissociation enthalpies of H2, O2 and N2. Here the bond dissociation enthalpy of hydrogen is least and of nitrogen is highest, and oxygen in between hydrogen and nitrogen, because in case of hydrogen there is a single bond, and in case of oxygen it forms double bonds, and in case of nitrogen it forms triple bonds. As the multiplicity increases, the bond strength increases and it requires more energy to break the bond. and triple bond requires more energy than double bond than single bond. Next is the number of lone pair of electrons. Greater the number of lone pair of electrons present on the bonded atom, greater is the repulsion between the atoms, and hence less is the bond dissociation enthalpy. As the number of lone pair increases, the repulsion between the atoms, electronic lone pair repulsion increases, and hence the electron cloud expands and the bond length increases, which weakens the bond strength, and hence lesser amount of energy is required to break the bond, and hence the bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. As in case of carbon-carbon single bond, nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond, oxygen-oxygen double bond, fluorine-fluorine single bond. In case of carbon-carbon single bond, there is no lone pair of electron. In case of nitrogen-nitrogen triple bond, nitrogen has one lone pair of electron, and in case of oxygen, it has two lone pair of electrons, and in case of fluorine, it has three lone pair of electrons. As the number of lone pairs increases, the bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Next is the bond angle, the angle between the lines representing the direction of bonds. Here it is a linear angle of 180 degree, in which this dot represents the central atom, which is surrounded by the two atoms, and these are the bond pair of atoms. Next is the trigonal planar, in which the bond angle is 120 degree and it forms the trigonal shape. And next is the tetrahedral, in which the four atoms are attached at the end of the tetrahedron, and this is a central atom, and the bond angle between these two bonds is 109 degree 47 minutes. This is a tetrahedral angle. And next one is trigonal bipyramidal, in which there are 5 bonds and the two angles, one in the equatorial plane and one in the axial plane. Equatorial plane there are 3 atoms, and in case of axial plane there are 2 atoms. It is 120 degree, and in case of axial it is 90 degree. Next is the octahedral angle. In case of octahedral there are 6 bonded atoms, and the bond angle between each bond is 90 degree. Next is the important bond characteristic. Next is bond order. It is the number of bonds present between the two atoms. For example, in case of hydrogen there is one bond. It means its bond order is 1. In case of oxygen there are 2 bonds. Its bond order is 2. In case of nitrogen it is 3. And for odd electron molecules, nitrogen and oxygen, these are 2 bonds, and these 3 dots is considered as half covalent bond, and that's why its bond order is 2.5. And in case of oxygen it is 1 bond, and then these 3 electrons is considered as half covalent bond, and its bond order is 1.5. Next is the isoelectronic species. What do you mean by isoelectronic species? In which the number of electrons are same. The isoelectronic species have the same bond order. For example, as in case of F2 and O2, 2 negative, they have 18 electrons each, and the bond order of this is equal to 1. And in case of N2, Cu and NO positive, it has 14 electrons each, and the bond order of each molecule is 3. Greater the bond order, greater is the stability of the bond. Greater the bond order, shorter is the bond length. These are some observations from the bond order. When the bond order is higher, the stability of the bond is also higher. When the bond order is higher, in next case, it shows the shorter bond length. Next is polar and non-polar covalent bonds. Polar covalent bonds in which the bonding electrons shared unequally between two atoms and they acquire partial charges. For example, as in case of HCl, here chlorine is more electronegative than hydrogen and it pulls the electrons of the shared pair towards itself and it acquires partial negative charge and hydrogen acquires partial positive charge. It means chlorine take away the electrons of the bond. It means it is unequally shared between hydrogen and chlorine acquire partial negative charge and hydrogen acquire partial positive charge, and this bond is called polar covalent bond. Similarly, for example of ICl, in which Cl is more electronegative than iodine and it pulls the electron towards itself and carries minus charge, partial negative charge, and iodine carries partial positive charge. And next is the non-polar covalent bond. In case of polar covalent bond, there is a electronegativity difference between the atoms. That's why they acquire polar covalent bond. But in case of non-polar covalent bond, these are of same electronegativity. It means bonding electrons shared equally between two atoms and they do not acquire any charge. It means electrons are equally shared between the two atoms. For example, in case of chlorine molecule, the chlorine atoms, both the chlorine atoms have the same electronegativity, and it means they shared the electrons of the bond pair equally and do not acquire any charge, and the type of bond is called non-polar covalent bond. Similarly, other examples like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, these are other examples of non-polar covalent bond.